Yucatan Peninsula. Like a motorplane. It's 20 minutes to 6 in the morning, and we are at the harbor at Placencia. And last night, after a briefing about navigation and looking at the charts, we got on our catamaran. It's 38 feet long, has 4 separate bedrooms, and is very spacious. The mooring opens out onto a beautiful lagoon on this side, and off in the distance the mainland of Belize, down on south to Guatemala. Now there is an auspicious beginning for the morning. Getting ready to head out. Casting off lines. And out we go. Swinging slowly to starboard. Making sure the lines are stowed in the port locker. Time to get the dinghy attached. And we are on our own. Well, we've been underway for about 2 hours, and we're going through seas that are about 4 to 5 foot right now. Heading past a number of keys, going out a little ways today, and looking for a nice spot in the lee of some key to anchor for the rest of the afternoon and evening.
job. It's been very busy today. That's a tropical rainstorm. Standing in the drops from the roof, getting a free freshwater shower.
It's 10 minutes to 6 on Saturday morning, and we are at Whippery Key. After a rough night, it's gradually calmed down. We're not rocking nearly as much as we were, although we're still rocking a fair amount.
Well, it's 10 o'clock and we are underway. We left Whippery Key about half an hour ago. Everybody's found a comfortable place to sit for the day. And we are sailing past Cays Key on our way to Hatchet Key for the day. The jib is up and the main is down, and we're still proceeding under motor and autopilot. 11 o'clock and we're finally under full sail. Just now passing Moho Key. Now, John and I have used the dinghy to come ashore at Hatchet Key. Time to head back to the boat. And away we go. It's sunset at Hatchet Key, and we will stay here at anchor overnight.
It's morning on Hatchet Key. We'll do some diving here this morning, and later today we'll go over to Queen's Key. We can take the dinghy over to this little house at the end of the dock, and there's a ladder to go down into the water. The water's about 8 to 10 feet deep, and there's an amazing array of sea fans and fish. Beautiful spot to dive.
And off we go again. Back to Hatchet Key for some more snorkeling today. This might be a nice place to spend a vacation.
Beautiful sunset at Hatchet Key. It's another beautiful sunrise here at Hatchet Key, where we stayed over for a second night. Well, we have arrived at Queen's Keys. The smallest of the islands is just big enough for a few coconut trees and one little bathhouse. Only a few hundred yards to the north, there are two more keys, one with a few more trees on it, and the furthest north, only with a couple shrubs and bushes.
pass to Ranguana Key. We have some company.
Here they are. We have 4 of them. Five of them. 6 of them.
Beautiful. It's noon and welcome to Ranguana Key.
Are we going snorkeling?
This little key is so beautiful in the still water. It almost seems unreal. And the water beneath us is perfectly clear, so you can easily see the seagrass on the bottom, only about 8 feet below us. Ranguana, like many of the other keys, is not more than 150 yards long. This one has several guest cottages on it and a restaurant where we're planning to have dinner tonight. The choices were lobster or a red snapper or a chicken dish served with coconut rice. This key is a bit different in that it's either a nesting or a resting spot for many frigate birds. These cormorants are used to visitors because you're just standing about 20 feet away from them. We have a little hitchhiker on board. A finch landed on the line and found a nice shady place inside the winch for the roller furling to sit in the shade and watch the progress. After an 8.5-mile sail up from the south, we moored at a little after 1 o'clock in the afternoon at Laughingbird Key. The water is very clear here. We're anchored in about 10 feet of water, and we can see lots of little schools of fish and filefish swimming around, other fish taking refuge in the shade underneath the boat. And here come the 2 park rangers from this key to collect their $10 a head usage fee.
Hey, come away, show you how simple life can be. Long amazing days in the sun, where it seems everyone has a smile when we meet. Under blue skies and emerald seas, warm winds and those coconut trees. They say your heart never leaves what you've been down to believe. Daylight, the sunlight chases the gray lights of lingering night. Down by the beach, a lone hare, and he keeps his eye on a fish in the tide. But I hear the boats of the fishermen go to the flats where the bonefishes run, and the folks of San Pedro walk out in the sand road and start their long day in the sun. Hey, come away to Belize in me, I'll show you how simple life can be. Long lazy days in the sun, where it seems everyone has a smile when we meet. Under blue skies and emerald sea, warm winds in the out to the reef. Willie the fat folks who wear shoes and white socks with cameras back on the beach. There's no pain or sorrow down by the Caro. It's Susan and Brownie and me. And we'll fish by the reef for some snappers to eat as we race the race.
Laughingbird Key, like the others, is very small, probably not much more than 100 yards long, but it's a World Heritage Site because of the beautiful coral reef that surrounds it. Something is chasing this school of fish. Spectacular white coral sand beaches surround the entire key, and in all directions it's only a short swim to the coral reef. All sitting watching the beautiful sunset and a high, thin, 2-day-old crescent moon.
It's a beautiful sunrise, as has been almost every morning here at Laughingbird Key.
In the late afternoon, sun beating in through the rear, Ruth has found the only shady place on the boat to enjoy the breeze while she reads a book. Our planned anchoring spot was on the lee side of South Long Coco Key, but as we approached it, we saw huge piles of coral, gravel, and rocks where there was a big construction project going on, and plumes of sediment clogged the water. So leaving there, we came past Logger Key, around the back side of Lark Key, and dropped anchor in this mangrove swamp.
It was a quiet night with almost no breeze blowing, which meant it was hot and sticky. And being next to the mangrove swamps meant that our night was also punctuated with little nips from no-see-em gnats. In a little while we'll leave this sheltered lagoon and sail off down along the mangrove swamp back the way we came in, a long way down toward the Bugle Keys, way off in the distance, to avoid the sandbank, and then turn right and head back into Placencia. Before going back to the Sunsail base, we are swinging into the little harbor at Placencia for a little trip in to look around the town. It's a beautiful little harbor, well protected on 3 sides, and a number of sailboats at anchor here. A little opening between the town of Placencia and Placencia Key on the right-hand side.
Come off a little bit, but
This is the main street going into town up from the city dock. Lots of the streets here are nothing more than sidewalks. Many of the houses here are equipped with gutters that lead to cisterns to capture the fresh water. Everything on this little spit of land is only about a block or 2 away from the beach. we stopped on a little side street in Belize, which is really a sidewalk, at the Pickled Parrot for lunch. Back in the marina, our last evening aboard before heading home.
We've been here a week or so. Now it's finally time to go. Can't believe how quickly time has flown. Packing up the bathing suits, that's a sign we must be going home. Time to stop for a little while. We were part of a tiny island.
Here it's a matter of just strolling out through the door of the waiting room to take a look at the plane that's waiting for us to take us from Placencia back to Belize City.
Made a lot of friends we'll keep for life. When we get back home and they ask us what we miss most, I shrug my shoulders and I'll smile. Early mornings on the longboat dock, drinking coffee as the sun comes up. Lazy days napping in the big deck chair. Late night dancing in a front street bar, walking home underneath the stars. Man, it's like some dream we lived down here. Last night we ate conch and lobster. Mark said it was his favorite dinner, maybe even the best one of his life. Dining underneath the stars, Chilean wine and Cuban cigars. I smiled at him and said, you could be right. I need me just one more morning on the longboat dock, drinking coffee as the sun comes up, drinking Billiken beer in a big deck chair. Late night dancing in a front street bar, making love underneath the stars. Man, it's like some dream we live down here. Walking home underneath the stars, hearing voices from that empty bar. Man, it's like some dream we live down there. Packing up the bathing suits, that's a sign we must be going home. One more morning on the longboat dock, drinking coffee as the sun comes up, drinking Billiken beer in a big deck chair. Late night dancing in a front street bar, making love underneath the stars. Man, it's like some dream we live down here. Walking home underneath the stars, hearing voices from that empty bar. Man, it's like some dream we live down there. We've been here a week or so, now it's finally time to go. Can't believe how quickly time has flown. Packing up the bathing suits, getting out the cowboy boots. That's a sign we must be going home.